So why the Philippines will not work for a lot of Americans and women and men from other Western countries. Some people, when they decide to take this journey to exiting the United States and becoming an expatriate, passport bro, passport sis, whatever you want to call it, are possibly in the fourth quarter of their lives. And when you get to an age like that, you are in a situation where your tolerance level is low for things, your patience is low, and a lot of people get what a Filipino would call grumpy at that stage of their life. So in a sense, what happens is you want everything quick, America, Western customer service, etc. You don't want to wait. You don't want to deal with waiting in line for an hour. You don't want out of stock. You don't want brownouts. You don't want many things that a developing country has to offer. So essentially, you will come to a place like this and go, wow, most beautiful beaches in the world, this and that. But if you have, millions of US dollars in the bank and you're used to, Amazon delivering to your door 12 hours after you order something and just kind of being in that, cashier checks you out in 20 seconds, lines are no more than 10 minutes, and just super fast customer service, everything's always in stock, etc., etc. Not to mention the brownouts and the different things that you deal with in a country like this. You probably don't want to live in the Philippines long term. Now, is there cheat codes to things like that? There is. You're looking at it. Bonifacio Global City, Taguig, Manila. It's not perfect, but as you can tell by the scenery, it's not exactly a third world. It's not even a developing vibe here. It's very developed. We have a Lexus dealership. We have the Grand Hyatt residences. It's definitely all the way there. However, some people want to live at the beach. The most developed beach that I've found that I lived at for a year is Boracay Island. It's an island. You need to take a boat there, literally, unlike all the other islands. But, they have a Starbucks. They have a Shangri-La hotel. They have pretty good internet. They have many Manila restaurant chains. They have a Chowking. They have a McDonald's. They have a Jollibee. From a province perspective, it's quite developed. And it has most of those amenities that you'd be looking for. So that's going to be your best bet if you're one of those people that doesn't really want to deal with, 12-hour brownouts every other day or every week or whatever the case may be. Boracay will have a bit of brownouts, but generally there's a generator even at my apartment that I rented on the beach. So, always make sure you have a generator. And in Manila, brownouts are basically obsolete in a BGC or Makati type of area. But in the province, you're not immune to that. But again, Boracay has a Starbucks. Boracay has quite a few good, 4-star eateries and stuff. And it's certainly sufficient. The only thing they're really lacking on that I notice is the grocery store and no grab food delivery, but they do have a Boracay delivery. So that's gonna be your best bet if you just don't see yourself living in a city, but you wanna come here and you're a Westerner that has a bit of tolerance or a bit of patience. Otherwise, I suggest you don't do it. But that's really the only reason why it wouldn't be a good fit for you. I mean, from a social perspective or a money stretch perspective, it's all there even in a city like this. But when you get into Western customer service and things of that nature, we're not quite there yet. But, so that's really going to depend on you and what you're comfortable with as far as having a bit of patience and understanding that there's a reason why you can live in a skyscraper for $500 a month. It's because it's not Beverly Hills, okay? So you're going to have a little bit of setbacks. It's not quite Amazon customer service just yet. Brownouts, like I've said before, this is going to sound funny, but they don't have a lot of good cold cuts. If you're a cold cuts guy, the cheese is a bit subpar. A lot of places don't have the greatest milk. It's more of like that sterilized milk. Just little things that if you're a princess, it's not going to go well. That's why I always say military guys do well out here. Sorry to walk back down this way, but it's windy, so I don't want to ruin the video with wind. So we're going to take this little walk by the Lexus dealership and all this this stuff here in Uptown area. But yeah, so at the end of the day, it's a hell of a deal. But if you're a grumpy 70-year-old, probably stay home. If you are a you know, princess type, you're gonna wanna stay home. If you got a $2,000 a month budget, get on out here. You can live real good here for $2,000, whereas you'd be basically sleeping in the bushes or living in your parents' house if you get $2,000 a month in America, or living in a van life at best, or renting a room with no kitchen or laundry privileges. So it just really depends on what your tolerance level is and what you're into. But for the guys, it's obviously a stellar deal. I'm seeing a ton of ladies here in BGC, seeing a lot also in Siargao, Boracay, El Nido, Palawan seem to be dominated by the white girls and the black girls and stuff. So the girls have finally got the message to become passport sisters. So that's always nice that they finally got that message and realized that Thailand and Philippines and places like this have better things to offer them in life. Philippines always wins because of the language, certainly, and the visa, but Thailand's not too shabby either as the most visited place. But yeah, really that's it. If you like friendly people and just an overall good vibe and your money to stretch, and some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, Boracay and Palawan are really, you know, top tier. Condé Nast Traveler rated. BGC, areas of Makati like Rockwell, you're not really giving up much. If you gotta live in Cebu, go IT Park essentially. If you wanna be near a beach in Cebu, go Mactan Newtown. It's a man-made beach, but it's decent. They got a Shangri-La hotel around the corner. You can get a nice buffet there for $20 every morning, or whatever it is that you're into. But I certainly think this is a better life, and I'm not here to discourage you from living here, but I'm also saying it's not Beverly Hills. I pride this channel on being real with you and telling you the downsides of things. And the downside is possibly the customer service, the brownouts, the milk, the cheese, the cold cuts, the, you know, just little things, out of stocks or things of that nature. You're just gonna have to deal with it. If you live in a small area, it's worse. If you live in the province, it's glorified camping, unless you build yourself a Western style house. Most of us didn't go 8,000 miles from home to do glorified camping. Most of us came out here to thrive. The thriving level is gonna be around 3,000 a month in BGC. Outside of BGC, maybe 2.5 plus US. You're really thriving. You're taking island hopping trips. You're eating out every single day, Starbucks every morning, whatever it is that you desire. If you're below that, you can certainly exist at like 16, 17, 1800, especially if you live outside BGC, but you're not really setting the world on fire. You'd be living probably similar to what you'd live on double in the West. My view of the West is a bit skewed compared to people that live in, you know, Kentucky or Alabama or something, where you can probably live a good life on 3,000, 3,500. I always lived in like Vegas, LA, places like that, where you kind of need $5,000 to exist. So it's up to you, you know what I mean? Whatever is your benchmark of, you know, success, or what you consider thriving may be different from me. Thriving to me is doing whatever you want, whenever you want. And the bar is much lower in Southeast Asia as a whole. And Philippines just has everything because of the friendliness of the people and the language alone, as well as the ease of visa. So I think that the Philippines is the best deal in Southeast Asia. But, you know, go to Thailand for a couple weeks, go to Philippines for a few weeks, go to wherever it is that you desire, and then you can make the determination on what is your perfect place. And when you come to the Philippines, go to Cebu for 2 weeks, come to BGC for 2 weeks, go to Boracay for 2 weeks, go to Palawan, go wherever you want, and then you can decide if you're a beach guy or a city guy. You can decide what makes sense for you rather than taking what some vlogger made sense for him. I am not you, you are not me. We probably aren't the same age, we probably don't have the same income. And realistically, you know, you might be a woman watching this and thinking, well, you know, I want to live at the beach, I want to live in this place or that place. Go there. Go there for a week or two. Don't go there for a night. Don't go there for 2 days and then throw your life away. Go there for a few weeks if you can, 30 days if you can, if you're planning on throwing your life away or signing a year lease, because the honeymoon stage and the, you know, spending a couple fucking nights there is a lot different than living there. Living there is a whole different animal, especially in the province of Boracay or Palawan or Bohol or wherever. So just make sure you do your due diligence. But I think it's a great deal as someone that's been here way over 2 years now. Take the good with the bad, nothing's perfect, but Philippines is a hell of a place. From BGC to Boracay to El Nido to Siargao to Bohol to Cebu, you name it, you can make it work. All right, guys, I do consultations, jasperinthephilippines@gmail.com. I go live almost every weekday. I even went live today as a little bonus at around 9 a.m. And sana all.